Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I recorded some races in the last 2 days of the MP1 season. Yeah, I said I wanted to get to Legend League earlier than that, but yeah, I was pretty slow, but I decided to still record some races with the Rimac Nevera. There is only one race in Legend League and all the rest are in Platinum 3. Yeah, from there on I mostly played in Legend League today as of recording this. Uh, it was the last day and I just decided I had about 45 minutes, so I didn't really have time to do that, so I just used my Venom and I'll get into that later. But yeah, since I say this, it's the Christmas day as of recording this voiceover. I made a community post in the channel, but yeah, I don't think many people have seen it, so yeah, wish you, I can't really do it. You guys will see this on Saturday or Sunday, about two or 3 days from Christmas, so yeah, whatever. But yeah, I hope you had a fun day during Christmas. This was yeah, it was a pretty nice day for me. But yeah, going back to what I was talking about, yeah, tested the Rimac Nevera in MP with overclock. Yes, I decided to use overclock, and it's pretty good, but I found it to be a bit weak, honestly. I don't think that it's as good as it used to be, even just in Platinum 3. In Legend League I have used it a bit. No wait, I think I used it only for that race, not sure, but yeah, I definitely think it's a bit weaker, and honestly for Legend League I didn't even use the Rimac Nevera aside from that one race. I was more confident in the Venom F5, which, yeah, being classic MP and Venom F5 at 5 stars, not even gold, I think that does quite a bit. I'm not sure how many people will agree with this, but I think the Rimac Nevera might need a slight buff. I know that Gamelot might not even care, being the fact that it has been released so many times and it isn't really the hardest card to unlock, but I think a small buff will be pretty good for the car, because it feels kind of wrong that it's supposed to be agile and a quick car, but it gets outclassed by quite a lot of cars nowadays. I know the Imperium is like supposed to be the king, but Imperium and cars like that, yeah, they can be a bit too strong, and basically this kind of feels really bad and not really that useful anymore. And I know that some older players might not want to have people blocking again with cars like Gamera and the Nevera, but I think it's a bit on the weaker side, honestly. Although, yeah, I did have some pretty good races, but I think a small buff, say the N China version of the Rimac Nevera, a guy was talking about it in Discord a while ago, that the global version of the Nevera feels kind of bricked when drifting, while the N China Rimac Nevera feels way better. I think maybe they could put the drift that it has in the Chinese version and put it here in global to kind of balance it out, and maybe a slight buff to the nitro. I think those will be decent. Aside from that, I think the car is fine, will be fine with those buffs, because really it feels outclassed by a lot of cars. And yeah, was almost forgetting to mention, like, the Chiron, the Evo Chiron. I'm fine with the Evo Chiron even the way it is, but I but yeah, it beats the Rimac Nevera by quite a while. For the Yosef F90, yeah, now that it's been nerfed, the Nevera is much better, but I still think that is also kind of a threat to the Rimac Nevera, and it feels kind of wrong because it's such a low car in S class compared to the Nevera. But yeah, aside from the Yosef F90, I think the Chiron is a bit too strong compared to the Nevera, beating it even in twisted tracks, as I've seen. So I don't think that even the overclock is enough to kind of make it a viable option. You know, as I said before, I think I'd rather use my 5-star Venom F5 in classic MP compared to the compared to the Rimac Nevera, which even overclock. Like, I was more confident in that car compared to the Nevera in Legend League, which is kind of wrong, being that which I know the Venom F5 is a very strong car, but you know, again, it's classic MP. Alright, but yeah, I think I wanna move on a bit to the topic. You know, talking about the races, there were some pretty fun ones, I must say. There were a lot of races where I got quite a bit of KDs, and yeah, we'll probably keep them in the video. Yeah, but yeah, decent races. Not sure about the rest, but yeah, it's about 20 or 22 minutes of recording, I think. And I think I'll keep most of the races because yeah, there were a lot of fun races. So yeah, but I think that if I didn't get lucky with all those knockdowns and everything, like, I would have gotten way less good results, because those races with the KDs I managed to get like first and third place, you know, podium positions, pretty easy ones. So yeah, but of course I don't think that that's how it's gonna be, how it's going to end up every time in classic MP. And you can see some where I just straight up lose. I think I'll keep some of them. But yeah, moving on, a few days ago I was watching my very first video where I use my voice, you know, the voice reveal video. I think it's the fourth one in my channel, and man, I didn't realize how much I changed. You know, I was looking at it and damn, I didn't remember being this less fluid. I'm not fluid. I don't consider myself a fluent speaker, English speaker, you know. But compared to them, like, I was stuttering so bad. And yeah, I guess in the end, doing YouTube did, as I thought, improve my skills in speaking it and my ability to come up with stuff to say, because as always, I don't script my videos. I never script any video. I thought about doing that in some of the worst ones, but yeah, I never ended up doing it. And yeah, I guess I managed to kinda improve that. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And thinking about it, back then I put that title for fun, but yeah, nowadays it feels pretty real saying the kinda cringe title, because it feels kinda annoying to have to listen to that, because it's stuttering every second. And yeah, as a last topic for this voiceover, then I think I'll just let the races go. You know, there is a lot of minutes, so I think by the time I'm done speaking, there will be a few races left. But yeah, as a last topic, there was a question recently on the Alu Discord server, which was, I think, giving some feedback on the Spotlight events or some suggestions. And I knew this was coming. I saw it coming from a mile away, but yeah, of course, people were yapping about the extravaganza spotlight as usual. Like, you could bring up anything, and that is the second you bring up spotlight events, they will talk about the extravaganza. I don't expect any difference, anything different, because yeah. But I gave my take on the extravaganza event. I honestly, I think it's overrated. I will say it. I've talked about it on Discord sometimes, but I think it isn't the actual best event, and I know a lot of people will disagree, and I don't think there are many people with my same opinion, but I will say I think both the American Spotlight, which featured the Venom F5, and the Speed Festival event, which was the Agera RS1, were better. Putting aside the credits needed to upgrade the cars, because I don't think there were many differences in how many resources they gave. We're just talking about the cars. I will just talk about them. The extravaganza event for me just basically gives you a 6-star gauntlet car, and then the rest of them are kinda useless. I forgot to look at the list of the cars of the other 2 events, because I don't remember the full car list for the Speed Festival event for the Agera. I remember the extravaganza one at the Pure Sport, which again, as I said, is basically a gauntlet car, and yeah, it can be decent for MP in I think Platinum 2 or 3. I don't remember where you unlock it, but I think it's overall mostly a gauntlet car, decent for some leagues below Legend League, but yeah, not really something that you would use in LL. And yeah, there was the Farina Nino edition, or whatever it's. I don't remember the full name. I don't care. Which was pretty mid. I think there was the TVR Griffith, the Porsche Mission R, and perhaps I think there was a B-class car as well. Yeah, I don't remember the full list for the extravaganza event as well. But overall, mostly just mid cars and a gauntlet good car and decent for MP. But for example, the Speed Festival actually had some pretty good cars. Yes, you couldn't max them, but I think I'd rather get a 4-star GT3, the McLaren 650S, yeah, say it like that, 650S rather than Max Battista, because if you think about it, you get maxed cars, but then you have a lot of credits that are required to max them, while they are pretty mid. While the McLaren, you get some blueprints, and then you're hoping for some other event to max it, but 8 blueprints for a pretty cool car. If you had some blueprints prior to that event, like if you had spent a lot of flash currency on it and maybe had it at 2 stars, you could perhaps 5-star it or 6-star it. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure also about how many blueprints of the Agera you could get at best, but I think 3 or 4 stars were doable even starting from 0, maybe 3 stars. In my case, I got it to 4 stars, and I think the Rear S is a pretty good car. So yeah, it's not mostly about the Agera RS because it's a pretty good car, but yeah, at 4 stars, perhaps it's probably better to get the Nino Farina, but I think the overall car selection on that one event was better. And then the Venom F5 event, which gave you a car that perhaps if you spent a lot of tokens on refreshes, you could even get 5 stars or 4. But most people got it to 1 or 2 stars. And I think it's a really high-end car, and I consider it more useful honestly than the Pro Sport, because even at 2 stars you may be able to use it in Legend League, and if you're skilled enough you will win some of the races, or at least get some decent positions in the MP races. In general, I'd rather get a card that is actually rare, like the Venom, because we haven't seen any other event yet for the Venom, aside from the MP, aside from when it was featured in MP at the start of Unite. So I think, yeah, that is a better event, and the cars overall were also pretty good. You had the SCG-007S, or whatever it is, the A-Class one. You could get the key, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know about that. And then you could get the SCG 003, no, 004. It was the D-Class one, and a bunch of other actually decent cars, the VXR, the VXR Bailey, and the Xinger, which is, you couldn't really unlock the Xinger, but it was still pretty good to get some blueprints for it. The VXR, if you had played the special event, you probably managed to unlock it, maybe even 2-star it from that event, which is also pretty nice. If you're looking just from the player perspective, yeah, those events, I will say, even though I think in my opinion, the Venom F5 and Speed Festival event were better. I'd say that they are kind of tied together. I'd say the Extravaganza is not far from those events, even though I don't consider it as good as people say. But if you're looking at the general perspective, even for the game and for the player, the Venom F5 I think is the overall best event, because you're getting a really high-end S-Class car on top of some other decent cars in the other classes. You're getting it at from 1 to possibly 4 or even 5 stars if you spend a lot of tokens. So it's, in a way, you could see it as a mini burst of speed without the packs, without the RNG, if you can say it, aside from the how many blueprints you get in the shop. But yeah, aside from that take, you can get a high-end S-Class car. You have to kind of grind the races to get the tokens, what is the coins, whatever, spotlight currency. And overall, it's not like a broken event. You are not just maxing, you also have to get those credits to upgrade the car, but you want to just get a max car for free like this, and it's good for both the players and the game. No event can be like the Extravaganza one, because if you want every event to be like the Extravaganza one, featuring even better cars than the Pro Sport, you want the death of the game, because the game can't be running with these events. I think I know that some of whatever, I won't say it, but it's not healthy for the game. Well, I think the Venom F5 is much healthier, because yeah, you are not just getting a max car for free, and it's also a pretty good car. You're not based on packs. Some people would like more shop layout, like the Spotlight, compared to packs. I've seen people recommend packs in the Spotlight, but I bet that the same people that will recommend packs in the Spotlight will also be the ones that will spend a lot of Spotlight currency and get angry about the fact that the drops aren't insane. They might be a bit unlucky and get bad drops. So yeah, I will say that. So yeah, I'm kinda a bit disappointed that people will always bring up the Extravaganza Spotlight and say how it's the best. I can see why, but yeah, I think it's a bit overrated. But of course, unpopular opinion, nobody I don't expect most people to agree with me on this, and I'd say that that's what kinda this question, the way this question kinda separates the different players, like gauntlet grinders and pros, and yeah, it kind of difference the different types of players. I like to actually get some pretty good cars. I don't really care about gauntlet, so a car like the Pro Sport, I have it at 6 stars and I don't have it upgraded because I don't have many credits, and I'd rather focus on a car that isn't there just mainly for gauntlet, and that can actually make me win in an MP, or that I can have fun with, and I wouldn't be playing with the Pro Sport all day. I'd rather use the Venom, Some people might prefer the Bugatti, but yeah, that's how I see it. And yeah, not sure how long was this for. I'll check. 21 minutes, so yeah, about the length of the races, whatever. So yeah, let me know what do you think about this rant in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.